You have the qualifications. You've put in the work. You hit send, and you hear absolute silence. When a job search stalls, the bottleneck is rarely your resume. The problem is an inability to scale attention in a system designed to ignore you. Pointing out a shared university or a mutual third-degree connection used to work. Today, those are baseline pleasantries. They have lost their power as strategic catalysts. Because everyone has access to automated, AI-generated mass emails, the standard cold pitch carries zero weight. Applicants are trapped in a volume game where standard outreach is treated as noise. To break through, you have to use AI differently. This is networking arbitrage, using machine intelligence as an analytical engine to map a company's internal friction points before you ever initiate contact. Shifting from an automation for volume mindset to an analytical leverage mindset provides a distinct advantage when trying to capture an executive's attention in a crowded digital market. Leaders are public-facing entities. They leave massive data trails across quarterly investor calls, industry panels, and white papers. This diagram represents the delta, the gap between market promises and infrastructure reality. Feed their public commentary into a language model. Prompt it to act as an institutional investor, isolating top operational risks. Finally, cross-reference these risks with your core expertise to generate a concise, peer-level observation regarding the friction they face. Leading with this targeted insight reframes the dynamic, positioning you as an advisor identifying a blind spot rather than an applicant seeking an opening. Sending that insight to an HR professional often wastes your momentum. Talent acquisition teams are trained to filter for historical compliance, matching task titles to current openings, rather than evaluating forward-looking strategic utility. You need to reach your future peer, the line executive who actually owns the budget and feels the daily pain of that operational gap. To find them, extract the LinkedIn profile text of 5 leaders who successfully transitioned into your target domain during a market contraction. Run this data through your AI model to isolate the hidden common denominators in their background. Ask specifically for the vocabulary they use to describe their wins and the exact inflection points that preceded their promotions. Take those semantic markers and use them to filter your second-degree network. When you draft your message, you will automatically mirror the internal vocabulary of their executive suite. Speaking this internal language helps you navigate past automated filters and demonstrates a familiarity with the company's specific operational environment. The human brain easily detects synthetic text. Over-index on words like synergy, delighted, or transformative, and your message gets mentally flagged as spam. Apply the 80-20 rule of production. Let AI do the heavy cognitive lifting, the data aggregation and trend analysis, but reserve the final 20% of execution entirely for your authentic human voice. Run your draft through one final tonal audit. Tell the AI to strip out all corporate boilerplate and generic filler. Force it to shorten sentences and adopt the clinical brevity of a wartime CEO. Your command of data hygiene is an explicit indicator of your judgment. Using AI tools to unearth unlisted personal cell phone numbers doesn't signal resourcefulness, it signals a liability. Keep your research strictly to public signals. Never input proprietary metrics, unannounced financial data, or sensitive structures from a former employer into a public model to build your case studies. A leader who compromises data security to secure an interview will not be trusted with an enterprise budget. Sticking to public signals proves you have the judgment required to handle a professional P&L. Applying this methodology systematically changes the power dynamic of the job search. AI-driven networking is an exercise in leverage. It is about arriving at an understanding of the challenges a company is facing faster than your competition can. Grounding your outreach in this way creates strategic alignment, making the resulting employment conversation a logical next step based on the value you've already demonstrated. To upgrade your career strategies and implement tactics like these, head over to JobSearch.Community. You can become an insider to get direct coaching from Jeff Altman, plus access to a full library of video courses, books, guides, and services designed to give you a structural edge. If this approach helped you rethink your outreach, please share this video, leave a comment, click the like button, and follow the channel to help other professionals navigate their search.